Okay, today we are going to make rosemary focaccia. It's one of the great things that goes along well with any kind of Italian dinner. So I have water, and we're going to add rosemary, and we're going to add some olive oil. We're going to add some yeast, and we're going to add a little bit of salt. And we're going to put it in our mixer, and I'm going to mix it up until it gets kind of a little bit of a rough stage. Everything's just incorporated. Then I'll let it mix about another, I would say 2 or 3 minutes in the mixer. If you're doing this by hand, probably heat it for another 5 minutes and it'll be good. So let's get this mixed up. Okay, and that should be ready. So pull it out of here, and let's move this aside and we'll dump it out so you can see it. Our dough is going to be nice and smooth, silky. Pull it out of here like that. You can see as I knead it, it's not sticking to the counter. It feels very soft. The texture is smooth. You're not feeling any chunks. So let's add a little bit of oil to our bowl. Put this in here. And we're going to let it rise until double. When this doubles in size, it'll be ready to put into the pan and make into our focaccia. Okay, our dough is risen, so it's time to shape our focaccia. So I have a cookie sheet. I'm just going to spray it. This will just kind of help it keep from sticking. And we're going to turn our dough out. And I'm going to want to knock the air out, punch it down, knock it back. It's the same thing. We're just getting all the air out of this. And the reason we're doing that is you'll find it actually changes the texture of your bread. So I'm going to knead it a couple times just to get the moisture out. Now we're going to put it on the pan. And we're going to shape it into roughly a 12-inch focaccia. So I'll just spread it out. And I'd say that looks pretty good. You just use your fingers and pat it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to let it rise till it's double again. That's the second rise, and that'll help it to be nice and tender. Once that happens, we will poke some holes in it. We'll put some onion on top, some olive oil. It'll be really good. So we'll come back when this is risen. We'll do that, and then we'll put it in the oven. Also this time, because this bread will rise pretty fast, I'm going to start my oven. I'm going to heat it to 400 degrees. That way, when the bread is ready, the oven is ready too. Okay, our focaccia has risen. So let's go ahead and go on to the next step. So what we're going to do is we're going to poke holes about every 2 inches. So I just poke a hole as I go around. And over here I have some red onion, and I've cut it about 1/8 of an inch thick, or if you use the metric system, about 2 millimeters. So I'm going to first poke the holes. Then I am going to put our red onion slices on there, and I just kind of toss it on. However, I don't want it completely covered, but kind of want it a little bit covered. So you can just decorate however you think looks nice. And then, when we have that done, we are going to put some olive oil on it. The amount of olive oil is probably going to be close to 5 tablespoons. But what I like to do is I just kind of drizzle some over the top to cover the whole thing. And then I want to fill up every little indentation I made with my finger with olive oil. Just like that. A little bit more on the top for good measure. Then we're going to use kosher salt. We're just going to sprinkle kosher salt on the top. A little more over here. And some there. And now we're going to be ready for baking. Put it in the oven for about 35 to 40 minutes. We want it to be kind of a golden brown on top, then it'll be ready. So we'll see you guys when it comes out of the oven. Okay, that's our timer. Let's check the focaccia. All right. Oh, that's looking beautiful. Pull that out. See on the top how it's gotten nice and golden brown. Our onions have crisped up. Right inside our little indents, you can see there's still a little bit of olive oil. What I like to do is I like to let this soak into the bread, and then when the olive oil has soaked in, I don't see it anymore, I put it on a cookie sheet, a cooling rack to cool off. So I'll put it on there, it'll cool off. When it's cool enough to tear, then we like to do it tear and share style, where we just rip chunks off and eat it. It's perfect dipped in some marinara sauce or really with any Italian food. So I hope you make it and enjoy it.